Hey guys, when's the last time you've drawn? Probably middle school, elementary for most of you, just for fun. Well, for me, I've been taking it pretty seriously for the last 5 years. My name is Diego. I've been drawing, like I said, for 5 years. To prove that, here's some of the books I filled up with. I can open them up just really quick. There's a lot of drawings in there. Some that are done for doodles, some for more serious studies, but I'm not saying I'm an expert. I've just been doing it for a little bit. And the main idea of this video is not to necessarily master. This video itself will not help you master the drawing techniques, but more so what I reflected mainly from it is being that the process of being able to draw something is easily really usable for other things as well, and that's what helped me a lot in other aspects of life as well. Now, today I will be teaching you guys how to draw a face. Now, it doesn't have to be too serious. Like I said, this is my canvas right here, and what I'm going to be using is, well, before I get ahead of myself, let me load up the picture. The first step is to get the right tools. Now, I'm using a Crayola. This is my kid's, but it can be as simple as a pencil or a pen, but I would prefer or recommend for you to use a pencil and eraser, because pen, once it's on the page, you can't really erase it, and even if you do it lightly, you can still see it. So choose something light. Of course, I'm using a Crayola, a crayon, but it still works the same. And of course, it's just to be taken lightly, not too seriously, just for the sake of the video. Now, my second step here is to find the right place to draw. Now, if you're lucky enough or privileged enough, if you have kids, something like this would work, right? If you really want to focus on it, a simple study room, just like anything you would study with, would be something like this, right? In a quiet place, fully focus on this, maybe with your phone out of the way, out of reach, so you're not constantly looking at it. Just to focus on it. And of course, some people don't have that privilege, some people don't choose that, right? So, of course, anywhere you really can just sit down and draw or stand, it's perfectly fine as well. Of course, the more people that draw, the better. That's what I say. Now, breaking down the face, or actually I should say find the image that you want to use first. Now, I'm using an image online here. I'm going to pull the phone around really quick. I'm using just a simple image I found online. You do not have to follow this, because what I'm going to be showing you today isn't exactly over this exact face. This is just a face that I used, very simple, but you'll soon find out that it's just anything really that you want to use. Okay. Now, first, the drawing, we're gonna draw the outline. Nothing strong. Like I said, everything right now is really light, so don't draw anything too heavy. We're gonna draw the face. So for this figure, I just googled face, by the way, so it could be like the sixth result. And this person has a very oval face, so very simple face, I should say. So it's very symmetrical, very model-like-esque face. So we're gonna draw the face lightly, like an egg. You're basically drawing an egg. Nothing too hard. Just keep it simple. The second step is the next step is to figure out where everything goes. So what I do first is I start off drawing the central line. Now, the central line is gonna go right here for me. And this way I'm telling you, it does not have to be the exact way. But it's all right. So we're gonna draw the central line, and then we're gonna draw one down the middle as well. This will help you keep things in line. Okay, and then now this is where we can start shaping the face a little bit more. So looking at her face, or you can use your face to any face as well. I'm gonna start drawing kind of a line to the bottom, and then going up again. A stronger shape of the face, of the head, of the top of the head. This is the top of the head right here to the chin. And then I might just put a little bit stronger just so I know where I'm at. Okay. Next, we're going to draw the eyes, because the eyes are, for me, most important step that I would like to have. And a lot of people think that the central line here going across is where the eyes go, but actually it's where the eyebrows will go. So what we're gonna do is just sketch a little line. Actually, we're gonna sketch a little line right below it and draw 2 eggs going. Now, again, for the sake of this video, being through the criteria given, I cannot go into too much extent because I can go into a lot of detail, and this is not the point of the video. So for the sake of the video and for the time limit, we're gonna draw an egg right here, and then we're gonna draw an egg in the middle, and then another egg. All right, so we got 3 eggs, basically a triclops, a three-eyed character, are equally spaced. And then we're gonna draw the nose. The nose is gonna meet about halfway between both the eyes and chin. The end of it, I should say. So it's gonna be right here. We'll draw a little circle right there. And then the mouth is gonna be about in between that, but not a little higher than the middle. So you can go from right here from the middle and then draw another line right there. I'm seeing if it's visible. From right there. I'm gonna draw a little harder too, just because so you guys can see, so you can see better on mine than I could see from right here for reference. The mouth is gonna be a little bit above the middle, so you're gonna draw a little line right there. And the lips, the ends of the lips are usually always meeting at the middle of the eye. So you can draw kind of like it's crying a little bit, right? And then kind of mark it a little bit. And then you're gonna draw a line across. Okay, I'm not gonna get to it. I'm just on autopilot. And then the ears are gonna go. The top of the ears are gonna go at the eye level of the eye. So we're gonna just draw little ovals. Just little ovals with a little heart on the other side, or rectangles, I guess. Okay. It's gonna be longer than I thought, but we're gonna make it shorter. Okay, so we got the basic features down. Now we're gonna fill them in. Now for the eyes, we're gonna complete it, shade it in. Make those eyes a little bit heavier now. And then we're gonna fill in the eye. And then for the nose, to keep it simple, since we drew the circle, we're gonna draw a little circle on each end, and then we're gonna make a little connection to them. Like that. Now this is very basic, so do not think this is some advanced thing or, very loose. And then for the lips, we're gonna draw a circle on the top, and then a circle on the bottom, right above each other. And then for the bottom one, we're gonna fill in the outer line opposite of the lips, and make a connection right there. And then for the bottom one, we're gonna put an M on the top, an M, and then we're gonna darken the middle as well of the lips. Now, don't go too heavy on this, because one easy mistake you can do is you can start shading, and then once you start shading and then you find that's out of proportion, it's gonna be completely wrong. So yeah, but again, I'm kind of speeding through this because this is getting way too long. Okay, and then now we're gonna finalize the shape of the chin. And then we're gonna make the head. Circle all the way around. Now, again, for the sake of the video, we're just gonna keep it simple, no hair, because the hair is a whole different situation, and I don't want to break it down too far and go for another 5 minutes explaining hair, because hair is a whole different section, and we're just creating egg people at this point, so this is okay. Now for the eyebrows, there's no exact reference point for eyebrows, or I mean, you can get as rigorous as you want with this, but what I just do a simple line across, and then fill in the rectangle, and then, depending on what, and just fill them in. Okay, now we got a face. But the most important part about this video is that we're getting the right dimensions down, being the line in the middle, the line across, and then breaking things down. So you got the eyes in the middle, right below the line, the brow line, going across, and then the eyes go right below, and then past the eyes, between the eyes and the chin, in the middle point is going to be the bottom of the nose, and then between those two, a little bit above the middle line, is going to be where your lips are at. And that is a very basic approach to that. And again, for the sake of the video, this is the very basic shape of the face. Now, for the end of it, just draw the neckline, because you don't want a floating head. Okay, so those are very, very rough steps into drawing a very basic face. I did not go into any detail because, again, I'm already 5 minutes over the limit here, and I didn't want to make this video way too long. But take a look at your picture and then reflect on it, on what you did. Now, again, I understand this is very basic, so it won't look exactly what you want, but the point of this video was not to necessarily get every single detail down, because I can go hours and hours about this, but it's to get the basic shape down. Getting the basic shape down is important, because once you have that, everything else just falls into place. So this is where we want to be, and this is where we practice. This is where people practice. I mean, I've drawn the face 1,000 times, I feel like, but yeah. And to conclude things, guys, again, like I said, this is very rough. This is going to be like this for a while. You're going to go, the progression that you go through is going to be rough if you want to take this step into drawing, right? This is just me speaking on it, but it'll get better and you're going to enjoy it. The best part is to draw what you like and enjoy it, right? But to conclude things on that note, the way I go about this is the way I go about a lot of stuff in life. And to know specifically, taking that away because it's distracting face. To know specifically, guys, the main goal wasn't to draw just a face for detail, because that could be totally different. But the idea was to show you guys how you can see a face and then break it down. Excuse me, because breaking it down makes it a lot easier to put everything into place. And that is what I wanted to mainly emphasize in this video, that, you know, once you get it down, everything was a lot faster. So take your time with it, but once you do it a couple of times more, it'll be easier for you guys. And it'll be nice for you. It'll be great for you, I should say, to be able to apply this to other things as well, because, you know, if you take into something that might be complex, your first thought might not be to just take it all in one go, but to break it down and then go from there. And that's how I see it drawing as well. It doesn't have to be too hard. It's not going to be easy, but you don't have to complicate it. Thank you, guys.